Welcome, my fellow friends, to day 7 of our 7-day mental wellness journey course. Today is a very big day for us. It's almost like your graduation day or something. because it's a 7-day course, of course, this is the final day in your journey here with me. However, your journey definitely shouldn't end here. Of course, I very much want you to continue to improve your mental wellness for a long time to come. But just for today, this is the last day in our 7-day course. So, first of all, I do want to congratulate you all for making it this far. And hopefully I don't get emotional over it. It is kind of an emotional journey for us together, right? And I'm so proud to see all of you to come so far and to make so much progress. Like I've said before, whether you feel like you've made progress or not. And also, like I've said before, like I think I said yesterday, that you are more than welcome to take this course more than once. Maybe wait a couple of weeks and then try it again. Do it as many times as you'd like. Maybe you do it once every few months just to get yourself kind of reconfigured and back on track, maybe with your personal mental wellness journey, and see how things change, like the next time you take the course versus like the first time you've taken the course, or if you've already taken it before, maybe like the next time after that. Just notice if you make more and more progress each time you try to take each of these lessons. But for today, we're going to talk a lot about your worth, because you are very worthy of many things, whether you think so or not. And we're going to get started today with repeating what are called mantras. If you're not sure what a mantra is, well, you'll get to see, right? It's just these simple statements that we're going to repeat. I'm going to say a statement, and then I want you to repeat the statement back to me. Again, this is going to be our warm-up kind of grounding technique today. You can do this either eyes opened, or if you want to get comfortable. Again, doesn't matter what position you're in today, it really doesn't matter. Just as long as you're comfortable and relaxed. Maybe your eyes are open, maybe you close them to kind of get into a bit of a meditative state if you'd like. I'm going to do my best to kind of try to sit still here, and I am going to close my eyes. And like I said, I'm going to say a statement, and then I'm going to give you a chance to repeat the statement back to me. Now, you may not feel super comfortable at first. We're going to do this a couple times. You may not feel comfortable at first repeating the statement out loud, and that's okay. You can just repeat it in your head if you'd like. But if you are willing and able to say these statements aloud, I would definitely encourage you to do so. I think that'll be really beneficial. But again, whatever you feel comfortable with. So again, going ahead and get comfortable. I'm going to try to get a little bit comfy. I'm going to stretch my back just a little bit so I can relax some more. And breathe here. Let's actually breathe in together for a few seconds. Let's breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and breathe out for 4, 3, 2, 1. So now I'm going to speak to you a couple of statements, one by one. And again, I'd like you to repeat them back to me if you're able. So our first statement today is, I am worthy. I am worthy. Our next statement, I am strong. I am strong. And our next statement, I can and I will do this. I can and I will do this. We're going to go over those one more time if you didn't repeat them the first time. I really, really encourage you to repeat them back to me the second time. So let's start. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am strong. I am strong. I can and I will do this. I can, and I will do this. One more time with me. Come on, you can do it. You can do this with me. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am strong. I am strong. I can, and I will do this. I can, and I will do this. Let's breathe in together for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. And exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Feel yourself, ground yourself in your body. Feel the earth under you if you're able to. If you had your eyes closed, very, very slowly start to peel the eyelids back open. Let's breathe in again together, very slowly in and out. Now you can breathe normally on your own time. And I want you to remain relaxed here. We're going to move into working on our worksheet again today, our final worksheet in the course. And what we just did together was repeating mantras. Again, you might not know or understand what a mantra is, but we're going to go over that a little bit more in depth in a second. And the main thing that I really want you to get out of today's session, I mean, like, if anything, right? Every day, you guys, for us, every day for each of us is a chance for happiness. It's a chance for us to go in with positivity. Now, are we going to have complete happiness or complete positivity every day, every single day? Probably not. But if anything, I want you to get out of this session that you are capable of many things, and one of them is choosing to start your day with the intention of happiness. Just to try your best for happiness, and then the rest will just see what happens every single day, right? So now we're going to go on ahead and we're going to work on our worksheet over here. So I'll bring you over to my laptop here. So you can go on ahead and get your worksheet page out so you can do this along with me. Let's zoom in here. So today's the day that we tell ourselves, I am worthy, like we just did, right, in our little warm-up exercise. Now, for our first question, this is why I didn't want to completely tell you what a mantra is, because I want you to think of what you think it might be. So whether you know or you think you know or not, what do you think a mantra is? What do you think the purpose of mantras is? What is the purpose of these things that we call mantras? What are they, and what is the purpose of them? Let's do a little bit of a writing prompt here, and you can answer that. And if you need a little bit of a hint, yes, what we just did in that exercise was repeating mantras. So think about what those were, what kind of purpose you think they served for you, or what you felt out of them, and then just describe that here. Again, this is going to be kind of a different answer for everybody because we all have our own individual answers and we're all going to have unique things to say. So I will go ahead and write alongside you. Again, take a moment. If you need to pause, finish writing your answer. I will tell you what I wrote, and what I wrote is by no means a dictionary definition, right? This is not taken from a dictionary or anything. It's just my personal thinking of what a mantra is when I think of it and what it means to me. And a mantra can definitely, like, that is one of those words that we can look up in the dictionary, right? And really find out, what does this actually mean? Like, what is this word that I've never heard before? But it's also one of those things that I think for each of us, it means something different. And for each of us, there's a different definition of the word. So that's why I really wanted you to think for yourself, even if you've never heard of this word before, just see what comes up when you go to write this answer. So what I wrote is a mantra is a statement full of powerful words, which is what I think it is. It is typically short and sweet, and it's meant to give us confidence to carry out something in our lives. It's meant to give us the confidence and the power to do something, to put something into action. That's just kind of the definition I come up with and what I think the purpose of a mantra is, or at least should be. So again, you probably came up with something different, and that's totally okay. Whatever you came up with here, no right or wrong answer, just is what it is. But let's go on ahead and move on. So this next question is pretty simple. It's a circle it. So in total honesty with yourself, I want you to rate how you're feeling today and right now. And you don't have to share this answer with anybody. Just be completely honest with yourself. We've got a set of some very different emotions, emoticon emojis here. So go on ahead and circle just whatever kind of vibe you're getting today here. And I will also circle mine. Ooh, that was a really bad circle, but whatever. So for mine, I'm kind of in this vibe today. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm feeling pretty chill, pretty relaxed, which is a good thing. But whatever you put here, it's okay. Just acknowledge it. We kind of go all the way from this end of the scale is like super duper happy, excitable, maybe a little bit calm, relaxed, just simply being happy. Maybe a little bit of a meh, this kind of a meh face, like more or less just neutral. Maybe you're feeling quite sad or down about yourself or something else. That would kind of be this vibe. Or this one, I kind of like this one. This one looks a little bit angry or hangry even maybe. A little bit upset with something, a little bit more in the realm of feeling a bit of anger, which is okay. We all get that too. We all get these emotions at some point within probably every week or even every day of our lives. But whatever you're feeling right now, go on ahead and circle it and just be, upfront with yourself there. Now, to go further into this, can you put a name to the feeling or the vibe, in quotes, that you have right now? Why do you feel or think that you're feeling this way? So we're going to dive a little bit deeper into whatever you circled here. Go on ahead and name it, because each emotion might mean something a little bit different to each of us. Maybe this face, it might mean a little bit sad or down to one person. To another, it might mean kind of more almost like despair or maybe a stronger word. So go on ahead and put a word to whatever you're feeling. And then along with that, I want you to think of why you might be feeling that way. And this is really important work. It's not probably going to be super easy to confront ourselves and say, why am I feeling this way? It's going to be a little bit challenging, you guys, but that's okay. I want you to just do your best with this question, okay? So while we do this, I'm going to as well. Okay, and whatever you put here is totally okay. Whether it's positive or not so positive, maybe even a little bit of a negative vibe, feeling to it, that's okay. We just want to be honest with ourselves here. If you're curious as to what I put, I named my vibe calm and serene. And I said, I think I'm feeling this way because I slept pretty well last night and I have a low stress day today. Today is like the one day of the week that I get to really relax. If you're wondering, it's Sunday for me. So yes, today is the day that I get to relax. Now, am I going to feel this way tomorrow? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But like I said earlier in the beginning of the session, we always want to at least try, just try your best to go into every day, every morning, or whenever you wake up, might not even be in the morning. Just keeping it real, right? But whenever it is that you start your day, remember that it's really good if we at least try to go into it with thinking, today is a chance for me to be happy. Today is just a chance for me to be happy. So just remember that when you start, maybe tomorrow or the next day. If today didn't work out so well, that's okay. Not every day is going to be perfect, but every day is still a chance for you to get at least a little bit of happiness into yourself. So that's really important to remember. Now we're going to move on to our last exercise here. We're going to read each of these following example mantras. They're all examples, and I want you to read each of those to yourself. Actually, let's read them together. We'll read them together and see how they make you feel. Beside each one, write or draw, if you're a little bit of a sketch artist, you can draw over here in this blank area, the emotion that it gives you. So you can use these emoticons, if you will, emoticons, up here as examples for like emotions that you could draw here, or you could just write them, right? Whether you want to draw, if you're better with drawing out, emotion faces, or if you're better with putting words and names to those emotions, either way, let's go ahead and go with our first one here. Let's read this together. I am constantly growing. I am constantly growing. So going ahead and take a beat to read that to yourself, or just repeat after me here. I am constantly growing. Now really sit with that and think, what kind of emotion is this giving you? What are you feeling by reading this? Is it something positive? It could be that it's not something positive. And I also want you to know that for each of these, that these are not all going to give you probably the most positive emotion possible. Some of them might even give you a little bit of a negative vibe, and that's okay. I want you to recognize that and write over here what it is that you're feeling when you read or see this mantra. So I'm going to, as well, put a name to what it's giving me. So for this one, I kind of like this one. So when I read this, I'm constantly growing. It kind of gives me this sense of empowerment, because it makes me think, if I say this mantra to myself, then it'll probably become true, right? The more we say a mantra to ourselves, that's the idea, the more we kind of manifest it and we let it become our truth. So when I read this one, I am constantly growing. If I think about myself constantly growing every day, that gives me empowerment, because that makes me just know that I am like the best version of myself every day. And that does make me kind of happy too, but it gives me that sense of empowerment. And whatever you put here, like I said, might be completely different from me. It might not even be super positive. You might think constantly growing as like, oh, I don't know if I really want to be growing every day, It might not be your thing, and that's okay to put just whatever it's giving you, whatever feeling it's giving you, just put that over here. Now, for our next mantra, I have courage for the future. You can read this with me. I have courage for the future. So again, take a moment, read this to yourself a couple of times, and think of what kind of feeling it's giving you. Maybe it's the same feeling as the last one, and that's okay. Maybe it's different, maybe it's positive, maybe it's not so positive. But just think for a moment on that one. I'm going to be totally honest with myself and with you all when I read this one. So when I read this one, I have courage for the future. It actually makes me a little bit anxious. I'm not going to lie. The courage part does kind of empower me like this one, but the thinking about the future part, I'm someone that thinking too far into the future really makes me anxious. So just being in total honesty here with myself, and of course with you all too, I wrote anxiety is what this one kind of gives me. This one is not really a mantra that's right for me, because it's that thinking about the future too much, It gives me a little bit of anxiety, and it's not super duper positive for me. And that's okay. See, like I said, not all of these have to give you a positive vibe or positive feeling. So whatever you wrote for that is totally fine. Let's read the next one now. I am ready for any challenge. I am ready for any challenge. Read that to yourself a couple of times. And then, just like we've been doing, you can put a name to how this one makes you feel. Again, maybe it's the same as one of your other ones, maybe it's different. Okay. The feeling this one kind of gives me is like a little bit of excitability, a little bit excited. Because when I think about being ready for something, it makes me like snap into the moment and say, I'm ready, I'm excited, I'm ready for it to happen, right? So ready for any challenge, even if the challenge part can be kind of scary, the ready part is what pops out most for me in this mantra. And that is something that makes me feel kind of excitable. In a good way, I think. So now let's move on to the next one. The next one, a little bit different. I can attract money. I can attract money. So think about this one, read it to yourself a couple times, and again, like we've been doing, put a name to it or draw your emoticon. Emoticon. This one, I'm going to write a little bit of a longer answer. So for this one, I'm kind of on the fence about this one. At first, I thought, okay, that sounds really nice. But then on second thought, this money part, like anything to do with finances, again, kind of makes me anxious. Just like the future part up here. So that part of it for me, when I feel that part, it makes me a little bit nervous. But it's not, for me, full on, like, anxiety riddled. You know, I'm not totally anxious about it. I'm just slightly nervous, I think, about the money part, because finances make me a little bit, right? But I also, so for this answer, I put nervous, but not fearful. Like, I'm not scared of this mantra. I'm not, like, running away from it or anything. But the feeling it gives me is just a little bit, a tinge of nervous. So your answers can definitely be more than one word if you need to kind of explain yourself a little bit like I just did here. But whatever you put there, it's all good. We're just being honest with ourselves, right? Just workshopping here, checking things out. So let's move on to our last one now. And our last mantra to kind of dissect and feel is I rise up when I lift up others. I rise up when I lift up others. So kind of sit with this one again for another minute or two and think about how this one makes you feel. And write it here or draw it. Okay, and so what I wrote here, I rise up when I lift up others. This one, it's giving me positive, like all around positive. I don't really get anything negative out of any part of this mantra. So I said it's making me feel kind of empathetic. It's giving me that sense of empathy, mainly because of the others part. Because lifting up others, you know, probably a lot of us will feel really empathetic towards others. And so thinking about lifting up others is like bringing on that feeling, that emotion, kind of empathy. Or maybe in this one, you might have focused more on the I rise up part, which is also kind of empowering, like this one up here. When it's about I rise up, sounds very empowering. So maybe it's empowering and empathetic. That would be a good answer too. Or I'm sure whatever answer you gave here, again, either positive or not so positive, totally fine, totally works. Now, from here, you're all done with the course. No, I'm just kidding, because you know what's coming next. We, of course, have our wonderful world-famous brain break time. So for today's brain break, this is going to be, I mean, every brain break is a little bit different, but this one is going to be different in that it's going to be part of our workbook. It's actually the last page in our workbook, which you might have already noticed if you've got your workbook printed out or saved and downloaded in front of you. So let's go ahead and I'm going to flip over to our last page here. So this one, I mean, we call it a brain break because that's what it is, but it's going to take a little bit of brain power for us to get through this one, and it's going to be kind of challenging. But remember, you guys, this is the final push. This is the final push of this whole course. So I want you to really give it your all, give it your highest effort here, and we're going to try to fill out this page together. So for this brain break session, we are going to write our own mantras. And again, if you're someone that's like, I'm not a writer, please help, I will help you through this. Don't worry, I'll give you some ideas. We'll kind of brainstorm together and workshop this some more. So for this one, mantras are simple phrases we can repeat to ourselves whenever we need strength, both physically and mentally. We kind of understood that from the other part of this session today. Let's take some time to write our own mantras based on what we need as individuals. So again, this is going to be very individualistic for each of us. My faithful mantras are ... and here are quite a few spaces for you to fill out some mantras for yourself. Now, a couple of things as we get started with this. Remember that mantras are best when they're simple. They don't have to be very, very long. Just a phrase or just a very, very short sentence is going to be the best type of mantra for you. And also remember that we want to make these very individual for each of us. So what might be a good mantra for me might not work for you, and vice versa. But if you need some ideas, you can, of course, go to our previous page and look at these examples in purple down here. These are really good examples to get you brainstorming. You can, even if there's one here that you really like, you can rewrite it on the next page and add it as part of your mantra collection, if you will. But again, just to get you started, kind of look over these examples for a moment. Okay. And then from there, you can write and again, tailor these mantras to what works for you, what feels most positive for you. We don't want any mantras that, again, like in the previous exercise, might have felt kind of scary or kind of gave you a bit of anxiety or something, like few of them did for me. If there's certain words or phrases or parts of it that you're like, I don't know about that, skip it, leave it out, and just do things that are going to make you feel good. Things that you could potentially repeat to yourself and feel really good about them. So we're going to take a couple of minutes to do this. There are 8 spaces here. I don't expect you to fill out every single space today. In fact, if you would like to take this outside of this session and kind of treat it as homework, let's just get a couple of them done together here. And then again, like I said, you can kind of fill out the rest like homework. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to fill out all of them here with you so that you can kind of see some more examples. Maybe you'll get ideas. Maybe you'll brainstorm off of what I write. So I'm going to go ahead and write my first 4, and then I'll pause and I'll reconvene with you and kind of share my answers. And then hopefully you can workshop off of me a little bit. I would say that I could workshop and bounce ideas off of you, but it's kind of hard when this is pre-recorded and you can't share your ideas with me live right now. But I'll go on ahead and I'll start writing a few, and you can as well. So just kind of relax. Remember, we're just workshopping here. This is just for ourselves, just our personal resources. So these mantras, they don't need to be perfect or anything fancy, okay, you guys? Just keep them simple and just have fun with it, all right? Let's just have fun with writing these. So, okay. Okay, so I've come up with 4 so far. So you can peek at my answers. I'll share some of them with you. Well, all the ones I have so far. And then I'll come up with a few more that I can share with you at the end of our session here. So some mantras I came up with is I can accomplish anything I set my mind to, which is one that maybe you're like, I like that, and you can definitely write that down on your page as well, or kind of, come up with ideas based on it. Another one, I am capable of helping others, which again kind of made me feel that feeling of empathy again, so I kind of bounced that one off of the one from the previous page that made me feel empathetic. I know what's best for myself, and I can take good care of myself. So 4 different mantras here. You can kind of bounce off of them if you need to. I know this is pretty difficult, which is again why I said this is like the final push of this whole course, you guys. Just push yourself, challenge yourself to fill these out, and just do the best that you can. But as you can see, I'm keeping them very simple. I'm also starting all of them with I. So if you are kind of stuck, you can just put I and then I, and then see what your hand or, what you might write or type after that. And now I'm going to take some time to fill out my final 4, and then I'll share those with you as well. Okay, I have 4 more. I tried to get even more creative with these, and I actually did a couple that don't start with I statements, so you can kind of see what a mantra might look like aside from just, starting with I, but it's still usually centered around ourselves and around each of us. So let's see, I did these top 4 already. Okay, so I started with here, I am a great friend to others. That's a good one probably for a lot of us. This is one that I didn't start with I said my work, it's still, centered around ourselves as individuals. My work shows the best of my skills. Yes, I got very creative with that one. Another one that, again, I try to get really creative with, relaxing comes easy to me. And maybe for some of you it might not, but this is one that, it's one of those mantras that repeating it often can help us manifest it, right? If you're like, relaxing doesn't feel like it comes easy to me. If you write it and you repeat that mantra and you kind of manifest it for yourself, maybe it might come true, right? So that's another thing to remember with these mantras is they don't necessarily have to be or feel 100% true when you write them. It's the act of writing them and the intention of making it happen that's really going to help you. And my last one, I am the best leader I can be. I am the best leader I can be. So again, they're all quite simple and quite individualistic, but there are definitely some that you could use as well if you're kind of stuck. But like I said, you don't have to come up with all of these right now. However, I really challenge you, at least after this session concludes here in a moment, that you do work on this and you do try to fill out all of these blanks, and then save this page, you guys, so you can come back to these mantras like anytime you need them, right? Repeat them to yourself. Repeat them to yourself, like maybe in the morning. Just pick one from this list each morning for like the next week or something, and then repeat that to you, or repeat it often throughout the day. And I think it's really going to help you, and I think you're going to kind of feel a bit of a difference. Because just like on that previous page, remember when we were seeing what each of these statements made us feel? Hopefully, each of these that you wrote are going to make you feel something positive. And the more you repeat it to yourself, the more you're going to feel that positive emotion throughout your whole day. So, you guys, that is all for our full 7-day mental wellness journey course. Again, I am so beyond thrilled that you guys joined me through this entire course. If you made it all the way to the end, kudos to you. You did a wonderful job. Like I said, a lot of this stuff, it wasn't easy, you guys. It was not easy at all. A lot of it might have been very challenging for you. Hopefully you really improved yourself mentally. That is my hope and my goal for you. And like I've said, your journey doesn't have to end here. And it definitely doesn't have to end here with me on my end as well. You can also, if you haven't already, check out my free mental wellness journal that is full of even more writing prompts and worksheets, a lot like these, that are going to help you. It's something you can complete on your own time whenever you'd like. So download and work on that if you'd like. I also do plan on sharing some more free mental wellness resources here on my YouTube channel. So definitely subscribe and stay tuned for when those do come out. But I really do hope you guys enjoyed this journey, and I hope you got a lot out of it. And it makes me feel really wonderful that you did make it this far. Like, I can really feel it, and I don't want to cry or anything, but it is making me kind of emotional just to know that you guys worked so hard alongside with me. And I really hope it helped you out. I really do. But like I said, I hope to see more of you in the future in other videos and stuff here. This is definitely not where our journey ends together, and it's not where your journey ends either. Keep working on your mental wellness every single day, every day that you're able to. And just do your best every day. And remember that each day is a chance for happiness. Each day is your chance for happiness every single day. And I want to wish you all the best, the warmest wishes for everything that you ever do. And I will see you all a little bit later, maybe, my fellow friends.